Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, class. By now, you have already taken the online quiz pertaining to the short story Heels Like White Elephant, in which it has tested on your criticality as well as your understanding on the overall messages or issues depicted in the story. Yeah, and I hope you have enjoyed reading the short story as much as I have enjoyed reading the story before. And by then, you should already understand what does it mean by the concept of show don't tell kind of writing in as depicted in the short story. As you can already see in the short story lacking the elements of narrative, where the short story only focuses on the dialogues between the two main characters, and that is quite an innovative way of writing, in which we are not distracted by the narrative elements. We are just focusing on the messages, or um, prefer to say we are focusing mostly on the messages in between the lines or in between dialogues as written in the story. Yeah. Okay. So now I am going to explain to you about the third task that you have to do in pertaining to this short story. And this third task requires you to do another presentation, which carries 10% of your carry mark. And this presentation requires you to do a critical analysis on the themes, on the issues, as well as characterization of the characters depicted in the short story. And you are going to elaborate further in your video presentation. Okay, first you are to create a video presentation based on your reading of the short story. And secondly, you have to bear in mind the duration of your video. It should be between 5 to 7 minutes only. If you think that you cannot comply to this requirement, and you think that you need about 10 minutes to complete the whole video, I would say try to control the length of your video by only focusing on the important issues that you want to address in your video. Okay, and thirdly, in your video you are to address these following questions. First question, what is the story about? Okay, so give me a summary or a recap of the short story. Okay, discuss the issues as portrayed in the short story critically. What can you derive from the short story? What sort of issues are being thrown to the reader? What sort of messages that you need to ponder upon pertaining to the depiction of the characters in the short story? Okay, so I want to see how much you have explored and have understood the short story Heels Like White Elephant. So this question, perhaps you can dedicate about three 2 to 3 minutes, okay, summarizing about the story pertaining to the issues, messages, themes, as well as the characters. Okay, all right, next you are going to address also this question in your video. If imagine that you are Jig, yeah, the woman or the female character in the story, what would you do? Okay, so you have to put yourself in Jig's position and start pondering or start thinking on what you should do in dealing with the problem, yeah, that is shown in the story. What I need you to embark on is you are to deliberate Jig's decision using SWOT analysis. I hope you still remember what is the SWOT analysis tool, to weigh or to deliberate the decision that Jig should take, yeah, and help her to arrive at her final decision. Okay, so using the SWOT analysis, of course, as I mentioned just now, you are going to help Jake to come with the final decision, okay, on how to deal with the problem with her husband or with her boyfriend. And you are to weigh all the pros and cons of her decision, or the possible decision that she can take, and using the SWOT analysis by analyzing the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threat of each decision that she should come to. Yeah, and at the end, after you have deliberate all the possible decisions that Jig should take, you are going to give a final decision for Jig after you have weighed all the options, all the strength, all the weaknesses, all the opportunities and the threats, and you present it in your video. Okay, so these are the critical thinking skills that I am testing you based on based on your reading of the short story. All right. Okay. So your video submission, as usual, you are to submit your video links to Microsoft Teams under the assignment thread that I have pre-created for you. Okay. So go to your Microsoft Teams, take a look at the assignment thread, and submit your links at the designated assignment section. Yeah, or assignment thread. And the date due for this task is on the 17th of December. So you have plenty of time to embark on this journey of completing this assignment. And the time due is as usual before midnight. All right. So if you have any questions pertaining to this task, anything that you're not sure of, okay, my WhatsApp is always open, so you can just ask away. Okay. All right. So um, lastly, students, I wish you all the best of luck. Happy recording, happy editing, and I look forward to receive all your videos by 17th of December. Thank you, and I will see you soon. Bye.